People often get loneliness and being alone confused. Or I should say not loneliness, lonely. Being lonely and being alone are two different things. See, the way I see it is lonely is what the stereotypical idea of not having many friends, you know, being an introvert. Alone feels worse because it's like being surrounded by people but still feeling like you're by yourself. And some people may even like call me narcissistic of like living in my own head or whatever. I call it reality for most guys. And like one of the ways that I really started like catching on to this phenomenon is like I would honestly think of like hanging out with a group of friends, and then as soon as I got away from them, I would feel sad. It literally was like that scene. There's a scene in the movie Birdman where like he's on stage and he's like happy, hey everybody, and then as soon as he goes backstage, he's like taking off his wig and like rubbing his face. Like that's how it feels. It literally feels like I have this mask over my face and I'm talking to all my friends, and then as soon as I leave, I have to take the mask off. And then even when like I'm turning away to say like, hey, bye everybody, like when I'm saying bye to everybody, I'm going, bye everybody, and then taking my mask right back off. You know, it's like, does anyone even know who the real me is? Or more on, does anybody know who the real you is? Now, I think most people would say, no, of course not. Because of the fact that nobody's ever gonna know what's inside your head. Whether your thoughts be lighthearted or warming or dark and mysterious or morbid even. And it feels like honestly the only time you ever get to rest is when you go to bed. And it feels weird because you cherish being alone, but at the same time you hate being alone. I know that may not make sense to many people, but that is honestly how I feel. It's like, I feel great watching The Sopranos by myself, but at the same time, I kind of wish I had someone to watch them with. I'm gonna start sounding really paranoid, but like, have you ever gotten the thoughts that maybe your friends don't like you? Or maybe the fact of they don't even consider you a friend, they just consider you someone nice that they know? And in some cases, I sometimes think to myself of like, I'm not introverted. Like anybody who's met me in real life would definitely say, I've always described myself as an isolated extrovert, as someone who can get along with other people very quickly, but at the exact same time spends the majority of the day by himself. There are some times where I'm like, I'm not introverted, but I wish I was. Not in a timid, shy way, but in a sense that I could handle being by myself and not have to worry. In a sense that I wish I could be by myself and not have to care about what others thought around me. Because everyone likes to say, I don't care what anyone thinks around me, fuck everyone, you know? And it's like, to an extent you do care. Whether it be your parents or your best friend or your partner or whoever. There's someone whose opinion you do care about. And if truly not, then maybe you truly are alone in the world. It just feels sad sometimes because you always think to yourself, would I rather be lonely or alone? I mean, neither option is really that satisfying. But I think the way to get over this feeling of dread is just to find happiness in simple things. Even watch something wholesome, even if it's like a puppy compilation video or something, you know, where it's like, just find small things happy. You don't need to have these grand, overwhelming amounts of success in order to be happy, just in the small things. Getting yourself a snack from a place you never thought you'd go to, or maybe even hanging out with someone you didn't really consider hanging out with before. Or maybe just taking a second to truly be in the moment. I think it's important to find the joy in things around you. So that way when you are feeling lonely or alone, you're able to look on special moments around you. I think that's really important to know and to remember that even if you feel alone, to find some type of joy in the world. Stay safe, stay smart, start taking accountability today. Peace.